Hi, welcome back to another episode of Brian's Goodbyes. Today we're going to be looking at a Memoir Blue, which is a walking simulator adventure style game from Annapurna Interactive. It does have minimal puzzle elements, but mostly it's just interactive fiction. It's just going through experiencing minimal gameplay, primarily focused on storytelling. Looking at is there any deal, you can see that the game has a base price of $7.99, has a historical low of $5.84 from the e-tail market. As far as reviews go, we see that currently Steam has it at very positive. 88% of users of the 61 that have reviewed so far had positive experiences with the game. I think that all you need to know is that this is an Annapurna game. If you're not familiar with Annapurna, they burst onto the scene with the publishing of indie darling Journey, and since then, with games like Outer Wilds and What Remains of Edith Finch, have really established themselves as a developer that goes beyond indie. They are truly creating some of the more memorable and special games on the market. And so, whenever this game popped up as a new release, I knew it was one that I personally needed to be covering. So, what is it? Well, like I said, it's mostly a narrative experience. There are very minimal functions, very minimal interactions that the player actually makes with the game in order to progress the story. So here we are telling the story of an accomplished swimmer, I would assume professional at some level, but you do little things like this. We're just clicking on the screen. We are being representative of the cameras and the audience, just generally getting on our protagonist's nerves. And it's simple interactions like this that will eventually move the story along. So while swimming is at the core of the story, I would say that primarily the game is about family. Again, not wanting to spoil too much. I do think that this game tells a rather simple tale, but a powerful and relatable one.
Road alone, sitting here was once a sport. Hands held in heart, illuminating love in the dark. Hands held in hearts, illuminating love in the dark.
So, one of the more interesting narrative elements of the game is the way that you see the modern day version of our protagonist kind of transposed against the more, I would say, cartoony art style meant to represent the younger version of the protagonist. You can see the game definitely has surreal elements, but again, visually stunning and gorgeous, gorgeous music. But again, without going too deep into the story, I think this is a good tableau to just stop and talk a little bit about the game. So, should you play a Memoir Blue? If you are wowed by the art style, if you are curious about the story, I would say that it is probably worth your time. Given the base price of $8 may not seem like much. However, the main issue that I have with the game is even playing this in its entirety on stream took me roughly an hour and a half. If you go to how long to beat, most people are completing the game in 45 minutes to an hour. So if you're like me, if you are focused on maximizing entertainment value for your dollar, $8 for 1 hour of entertainment, I don't know. I think that there are definitely better value propositions out there. However, there is one audience that I would say that this game is an absolute must play for, and that is for people who have Xbox Game Pass. This is how I was able to play the game, and for the fact that you can play it for free, I would say that you would be really, really missing out on a very good gaming experience that could even introduce you to a whole new genre of games that you didn't know that you could enjoy. Annapurna has been making quality games for a while, like we said, and if you haven't played games like What Remains of Edith Finch, then you could be missing out on one of your favorite games of all time. So, is it hard to justify spending full price for an hour? Yes. Is it easy to justify if you have Game Pass? Absolutely. And in fact, I would consider it a must-play game if you do have the Game Pass service. Otherwise, I would say, maybe wait for it to go on sale. $2 to $3 is probably not out of the realm of possibility, or maybe you'll even see this one bundled in the future. Annapurna does not have a long history of bundling their games. However, several of them have been available for free on the Epic Game Store. But all in all, I really enjoyed my experience with the game. Is it worth $8? Probably. Is it a hard ask for some people? Yes. But if you have the chance to play it at a reduced cost, absolutely. So, that being said, thank you again for watching. This has been Brian's Goodbyes. I'm Brian. Goodbye.